Good evening, everybody. You're very, very welcome along to the opening round of the VRA Formula 3 Championship. We're live from Road America tonight. Start of a brand new championship, and boy, have we got one hell of a race for you today. We've got 43 cars lined up for this 5-round championship, and we've got some serious drivers in with us as well. So really, really looking forward to this. Can't wait to show you who we've got in today. But it's going to be a big race. Don't know who's going to win. But
that's the most interesting thing. That is, we don't know. So, of course, full course configuration. This is the first round of our VRA F3 Championship. This time we got some serious prizes, right? So, big shiny gold trophy that we brought all the way back there from Motorsport International. That is going for the winner of this. Of course, there will be a prize for the Gentleman's League, which is a set of V3 pedals, and then we have the CSLs for the Forever Forward. And we want to say a huge shout out to our sponsor, top right hand corner for this F3 Championship, which is Dan Ryan Truck Rental. That has been such a take. But over to you, Jack.
Yeah, of course, we appreciate all the support that they give us, but we're just in the middle of practice right now, and then we'll be heading into a 10-minute long qualifying session of 2 laps. So we're not actually going to see the action, but we'll of course keep you updated as to who is going to be on pole right now, because we're running a heat race format this time. So it's a little bit different to what we're used to, but it should bring some more action. So we're going to have 2 heat races followed by the final. So the heats are 7 races, 7 laps long.
So we've just got checkered flag. So just back to Autosport, one great thing that we've had over in Autosport, Rob's here as well. Rob, we have to do a huge shout out to Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence is a legend. We owe him a huge debt of gratitude for all his time and effort,
and for bringing over the Science Magic. So let's show you a video, and we'll pass you over to Lawrence. And this is a video on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. When we come back, we will be racing
in Birmingham. We made it. Bumpy flight this morning, but taking in the madness of Autosport. We've got absolutely loads of stuff going on here, race cars everywhere, buggies, it's absolutely crazy. The level of just the stuff that's here. Look at the pedal sets, and this is only hall 3. I haven't even been to the other halls. It's just, yeah, it's absolute madness. Race cars everywhere, people sitting on cars. Hello. Yeah. Gearboxes, it's just absolute madness. There's loads of sim presence here as well, which is really great to see. Lots of people from the real racing world who are very, very interested in what's going on as far as sim is related. If you guys have any comments or whatever, or want me to video any things in particular in a little while, just give a shout. There's a hell of a lot to see. I haven't even had a chance to walk around and really see everything. Can you guys hear me okay? 2783, I will do, Rob. I'll be over in a little bit. You're actually in the same hall, I guess. So here we are at the Virtual Race Academy Digital-Motorsports.com stand. As you can see, loads of people are queuing up to try and get their laps done and stuff. There's a competition going on over on the sim over here. And I think that's a pay-to-enter competition. It's really, really worth doing. And then we've got the Simagic sim set up over here. So you can see the Simagic unit just there. So they're all having a good go at that now. The cool thing about it is the Simagic unit was actually set up and verified by Charlie Eastwood. So I'm yet to meet him. I've seen lots of social media about him. Niall from VRA from Digital-Motorsports.com has told me a lot about him. So I'm interested to see what he likes about the Simagic, and lots of people are very, very impressed with it, especially at the price point. So the lads in Digital-Motorsports.com actually have a link on their site for the Simagic, so you can actually pre-order it right now, and it's £800 sterling or €925. That's all customs paid, and there's probably going to be a shipping fee depending on where you are. But if you pick it up from Digital-Motorsports.com in Kildare, in Mondello, that'll be the price. But shipping around Europe is only probably going to be about 20 quid or so. And then this rig over here, some people just standing here, but you probably see the JD130. You probably see James Dean post some social media. If you follow him on social media, that's actually his rig. Digital-Motorsports.com have presented him with that rig, and he actually has that exactly set up the exact way his Eurofighter BMW is set up. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to have a go on that later, and I'll probably do a feature video on that as well. Other than that, they're just cars absolutely everywhere. There's another esports area over here. There's an esports arena that I haven't seen yet. There are people's race cars. There's a little beanbag area over here where I might be found tomorrow morning after a night on the session. There are people queuing up here for this stand, more sim racing, massive sim racing influence here. So if you're in the area, do give a shout, do come over. I'll go over and find the number of the stand for Digital-Motorsports.com is 3624. And it's the auto simulation stand. Come on over, have a go on the sim rigs for free, and yeah, try and set a lap as well. There's a leaderboard, a Top Gear style leaderboard. So lots and lots going on. It's on a massive scale. It's really worth. I'm just going to go for a walk. A load of you watching. Let's go and look at some of the cool stuff around the place. Like, look at these. Like, how cool is that? That's just deadly. There are race cars everywhere. Look at this electric bike. It's the future, lads. You're gonna have to embrace it. We've got trailers and stuff. We've got loads of racewear, really good racewear, safety devices, stuff like that going on. I'm going deep into trailer territory here. Loads of electronics and yeah, absolute Funk Motorsport are over here. Let's go have a quick look at Funk, see how they're doing. There's Dwayne McKeever, Kevin Quinn. How are the lads? How are you getting on? Hanging out near the cool stands. There we go, there's Niall.
How you doing, lads? Ready to find a charger?
I'm live.
Digital Gas Monkey here.
Yeah.
We'll build your custom sim for you.
I heard if you want an autograph, he's doing autographs today.
One time only.
Alright, deadly. Let's go find James Dean. Look at this. How unreal is that? Wheels everywhere. This place is completely nuts. I'm just following Niall blindly here now. We've got a bit of vintage going on.
So big thanks to Lawrence. We had to cut there. We've got Alex Albon out at the moment. So this is the end of qualifying. I'm going to pass you over to the always entertaining Jack. Over to you, Jack.
Also, thanks a million. No, you didn't hear things. Yes, it's Alex Albon. We have Alex Albon, the Red Bull F1 driver, racing with us tonight, which is absolutely brilliant. We'd love to see new drivers, of course, and a driver of his caliber with us today. So there is Alex Albon currently going around on his qualifying laps, actually. And we only have about 3 minutes left of qualifying, and currently it is Jordan Kelly with the fastest lap so far. Brian McManus is second, with Peter Dempsey is third. Just to remind you as well, there are 46 cars ready to race today. So Jordan Kelly, provisional pole currently. Brian McManus is second, Peter Dempsey third, Niall Quinn is fourth, Chris Bayes is fifth, Charlie Eastwood as well with us once again, Keith Dempsey in seventh, David Martinez eighth, Nicky Meredith in 9, Colin Bayes in 10th place. We have, of course, as well Johnny Adam as well, a factory Aston Martin driver with us. We've got some serious caliber driver with us today, and of course we have all the regulars back with us as well, which is always what we love to see. So we are nearly at the end of qualifying now, so let's see how F1 drivers hold up against the Digital Motorsports guys as we watch Alex Albon at the towards the end of his lap, actually. So he's coming down this flat out right-hander into this long straight, which will turn into a right-hand kink, which is tighter than it looks. Currently Albon purple, green, purple, so he's done a couple of great sectors there. Coming through the right-hander then, let's see how he gets on. You can use a lot of that curve here. Then we come to this flat out left-hander. If you get it right, you can take that flat all the way out to the curb on the outside, coming up to the last corner here, round the right-hander. Let's see how Albon gets on up towards the start-finish line, climbing up the hill. You cannot see over the top of that hill. It is extremely steep as it rises up. Let's see Alex Albon, what can he do as he comes across the line? What does he set and where does he go? He goes up further, but it's not quite updated his lap time, and I think it may have been an off track somewhere there, so I don't think he's actually able to set a representative lap time. But Jordan Kelly, pole position. Brian McManus, so 2 of the VRA regulars, currently first and second. And as I say that, Peter Dempsey pops into provisional pole on a 158.74, 200ths ahead of Jordan Kelly. Brian McManus third, Niall Quinn fourth, Keith Dempsey in fifth, Chris Bayes sixth, Charlie Eastwood is seventh, David Martinez 8th, Nicky Meredith 9th, Colin Bayes 10th, and after that we have James Holman, Shane Rabbit, Davey Yamamoto, Johnny Adams, Damian Harris, Marty Moore, Evan Walsh, Pat Masterson, Conor Murphy, Adam Dowling, Ronan Haderman, Ian Malone, Kyle Stevens, James Wingfield, Victor Gibson, Joseph Odafaro, Tony Stack, Sergey Graben, Robert Barable, Simon Wall, Barry Rabbit, Nathan Healy, Jean Montero, Mark Carey, Rob O'Neill, Olivier Van Herk, Damien McMullen, Dave Freeman, Alexander Albon, Jamie Moylan, Peter McCann, Brad O'Neans, Jerome Etienne, Michael McCarthy and Albert Reid. 46 drivers with us today. Brilliant to see. But it's going to be super competitive. So just looking at Charlie Eastwood now on his qualifying lap. I don't think he's going to quite get to the end of it actually. He's going to run out of time. And unfortunately with the way iRacing is, you actually cannot finish the lap that you started. So he's on personal best all the way through. So he was going to improve, but the timer is just going to tick over. And he's going to head to... back to the pits, and then we're going to get into heat race 1 very shortly. So the checkered flag is come out for qualifying, and Peter Dempsey quickest ahead of Jordan Kelly, Brian McManus third, and just to give you an idea, there was about a 10th of a second between the 4 of them, which is great. So heat race 1 then. So we're going to have 2 heats in this format, so the drivers are just gridding up as we speak right now. And we'll get underway. So we'll have a quick look at see who is in heat race 1. So I think it's just going to take the top guys from... Just check how many cars we have. I think we're going to have quite a lot on the grid. So we're going to have Peter Dempsey on pole. Then we have Jordan Kelly, Brian McManus, Niall Quinn, Keith Dempsey. And have we got the entire grid in heat race 1?
Really, there some fantastic libraries on the cars here tonight, Jack. A lot of teams coming together for this championship as well, which is great to see. And Turn 3 Motorsport right at the top of the field there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just click to Evan Walsh, who always has a stunning livery on his car, and he this one is no exception. A little bit too far away there, but it is a brand new custom livery, custom helmet. He actually made a helmet for Conor Murphy, I think, as well, which you might be able to spot later on. But this is going to be interesting. Where has Alex Albon ended up? He's 42nd on the grid right there.
Okay,
so
that's going to be interesting.
That's going to be. Let's watch Alex Albon. Let's see how an F1 driver does it as he tries to carve his way through the field. But a heat race 1, then we're going to have heat race 2, and then we're going to have the feature race, which is going to be great. Johnny Adams as well. Let's not forget about Johnny Adams, Aston Martin factory driver, 14th on the grid right there. You can just see him.
He's got Albon. He's got Peter McCann to get past there.
He does indeed.
It's no mean feat for him here.
Yeah,
tonight.
he's got McCann directly in front of him actually. So Peter McCann is in that silver car just ahead, or just behind Jamie Moylan right there. He's in the Benetton livery.
Peter, one of our regulars, been with Digital-Motorsports and Virtual Racing Company from the very beginning. So huge shout out to all the guys who've supported the series from the very beginning. And it's great to see we've got this caliber of drivers on the grid, and up to you, Jack, as the lights are going on.
Let's get ready. Heat race 1 of the Digital-Motorsports F1 Championship is go, and Jordan Kelly gets a brilliant getaway off the line, beats Peter Dempsey off the line immediately. So they're side by side running down towards turn 1. Looks like everyone got away cleanly off the line. Look at the amount of cars heading towards turn 1. Absolutely brilliant. 3 abreast as they run through turn 1. Peter Dempsey leads with Keith Dempsey trying to look up the inside of Jordan Kelly. Jordan Kelly runs off the road. Keith Dempsey with a brilliant size up to 2nd already, and just behind him is Brian McManus up to 3rd as well. So plenty of action already through there. We're just looking to there. King Kerry's off the road. There's just loads of stuff going on right here. It looks like Alex Albon might be off the road actually, so we'll keep an eye on him. But a great start from Keith Dempsey, and Peter Dempsey leads from Brian McManus. It looks like, as you can see, Alex Albon in the pits. That's not a great start for him. So it looks like there has been problems down the back, but it is currently Peter Dempsey in the lead of this race, ahead of Brian McManus, ahead of Keith Dempsey, Niall Quinn, Chris Bayes, Charlie Eastwood, Jordan Kelly. That was obviously a massive incident behind. There's loads of cars in the pit lane, so we didn't quite see it. Johnny Adams is in as well. So of course, with the new damage model on this car, it is extremely unforgiving with any sort of contact. So it's a little bit of a shame, but Peter Dempsey ahead of Brian McManus.
Huge gap already there, Jack, for Peter Dempsey, right out the front. Who we got? Is Rabbit there? No, he's in the pits as well, sorry.
Yeah, so just keep an eye out. Brian McManus is second. Keith Dempsey's third, Niall Quinn fourth, Charlie Eastwood, Chris Bayes, Jordan Kelly from second on the grid, all the way on to that'll be fifth or sixth on the grid there. David Martinez, James Holman, Pat Masterson. Now Pat Masterson just made a move on James Holman actually right there. He's got a lovely Jordan livery on that car. That's really nice. And look at all this going on here. James Holman, Ronan Haydeman, Shane Rabbit, David Yamamoto. Plenty of guys right in that midfield, which is going to be really hotly contested. So there is James Holman with a small gap, just looking behind. Marty Moore's in there as well, with plenty of stuff going on. So we're going to head back as Peter Dempsey finishes lap number 1, and we will head to... It's only a 7-lap race, so not long at all around Road America.
Well, Peter Dempsey into the pits.
Well, the thing that'll just be updating with the cars that are in the pit lane at this point, so it should sort itself out after a little bit, because there was obviously a humongous crash behind that we missed.
Yeah. Interesting that we've got like the cream of the championships that we've been running so far, Jack, at the top of the field. So we've got Dempsey, McManus, Quinn, Eastwood. All these guys have come right to the top. So fantastic to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So Keith Dempsey with a good start, 3 positions up from where he started. Then we have Brian McManus, who is fighting with Niall Quinn. So these are all, as you said, the VRA regulars right up the front of the field as well. Niall Quinn, of course, the GTE Pro champion, but he's got Charlie Eastwood all over the back of him, as you can see. And here comes Niall Quinn to move up the inside of Brian McManus. He's trying anyway. Didn't quite find the room there, and manages to sort himself out. Has a little dive up the inside through there. It's tricky to make it work through there. So not quite from there. Charlie Eastwood now trying to look up the inside of Niall Quinn, takes the position away. So that was great driving from Charlie Eastwood. Now can Chris Bayes capitalise? He's on the outside line in that Rothmans Williams livery, but not quite able to do it right there. So Charlie Eastwood is up to 4th place behind Brian McManus. Oh, we got a spinner. Is that Chris Bayes who's gone around? Yes, he has. So that puts Pat Masterson up to 6th, Jordan Kelly, Ronan Haydeman, Dave Yamamoto as well, Marty Moore. So Chris just with it's very easy to spin these cars. If you get on the throttle too early, it just goes. It's really unforgiving. So that's sorted itself out. But Peter Dempsey is flying out front. He's got a 1.5 second gap over the guys behind him. Now this is only the heat race, of course. It's not quite the feature race as of yet, but it's still very important. It's a Dempsey 1-2 at the moment. Brian McManus, Charlie Eastwood now 4th. And he is chasing Brian McManus, as you can see. So just apologies for the technical issues we're having here, as a couple of guys try to sort themselves out. And it looks like there's a lot of cars getting back on circuit after their incidents.
Yeah, I see Johnny Adam and McCann are back out of the pits there.
This is going to be a battle we want to watch right here. Niall Quinn versus Charlie Eastwood. Here we go. Niall Quinn goes to the outside line for turn number 1. Look at all the cars coming out of the pit lane as well. That's going to play a factor as we run towards turn 1. Niall Quinn on the outside of Charlie Eastwood. Charlie gives him the squeeze to the outside. Holds on for now. So a good little move there, but that's allowing Brian McManus to build a small gap. And Brian McManus is looking racy in this car. He is right up behind Keith Dempsey. So just have a quick look and see if we can see. This is what it looks like from inside this car. They are very low down. He's in the slipstream as they run towards turn number 4 here. He's got a lap car on the outside, which is not going to help him. So running towards here, he's going to try look for the outside line. Keith Dempsey holds the middle of the road, not quite able to do it there. And Charlie Eastwood has built a small gap over Niall Quinn. So everybody's sorted themselves out now after that first lap chaos. Just looking further down. Just a couple of guys, so that's Victor Gibson passing somebody, David Yamamoto. Looks like Ronan Haydeman's had a... Oh dear, there's been a crash right there. That's Nicky Meredith. Sorry, that is Ronan Haydeman in the wall. Yeah, that is Ronan in the wall, unfortunately. And looks like that car is in pieces. That's unfortunate for him. Bit of an incident there, but as a Peter Dempsey, 1.7 seconds ahead now. Keith Dempsey 2nd. He's got Brian McManus for company though. He's not far off. Charlie Eastwood 4th. Niall Quinn and Jordan Kelly now. Well, he's a little far off there, but he's there. Pat Masterson 7th. Good run for him. David Yamamoto 8th. Conor Murphy as well, up 11 places from where he started. And he's on the back of David here. There is Conor Murphy. Marty Moore right behind him. Nicky Meredith there. Colin Bayes. Victor Gibson has had a good start as well. Victor Gibson is under pressure, I think, from Adam Dowling. Yes, he is. So here comes Adam Dowling trying to find some space right there. Not quite able to do it. There's just no room to work with. It's so narrow, this part of the circuit. So Adam Dowling looking for the inside line. He's got that inside line, as you can see. Looks for the inside, but not quite. Now, just been noticing, back to the battle up front. Brian McManus versus Keith Dempsey. Two VRA regulars about to go at it. We're on lap number 4 out of 7, so it's going by very quickly, but the slipstream is extremely powerful in these cars. Brian McManus to the inside of Keith Dempsey. Can he make the move work up the inside? Yes, he can. Brian McManus takes Keith Dempsey. Keith Dempsey has the cutback line as they run towards turn number 2 here. He's going to look for the cutback line. He's on the inside line, dives it back up the inside of Brian McManus, but Brian very late on the brakes, hangs it around the outside, but again, the slipstream will be very, very powerful here, so Keith is going to come straight back at Brian here. He'll get the toe. Extremely powerful slipstream. No DRS in these F3 cars, not like the modern ones. Coming towards turn number 3. He's on the outside line again. He's got the overspeed. Can he get it on the brakes? Yes, he can. Keith Dempsey takes P2 again. But all this battling is allowing Charlie Eastwood to just close in a little bit. Brian McManus is once again on the back of Keith, but not quite able to make it work. All this is helping Peter Dempsey as well, who's now 2.5 seconds clear up front and doing a great job out front, controlling the pace. So let's have a look further down and see what's going on with the guys who are all involved in the first lap instance. So there's Jerome Chen on the back of James Winfield, Rob O'Neill still running around there, Damien McMullen, David Martinez, and you all want to know, where is Alex Albon? There he is, now fighting with Tony Stack up the inside of Tony Stack, and he gets a little hung out to dry there. But now we're going to see Albon really have a charge to the field. He's up to
14 places he's made there, Jack, is that right? So
that is.
Only Brad O'Neill's has made 20 now as he just makes a place on Mark Carey.
Oh, Alex is off the track actually. Albon runs off the road there through the carousel, and Tony Stack takes the position back, so he's pushing hard, but it's not quite working. So all these guys are all lapped down. The top 10 are the only ones on the lead lap currently, but let's go back once again to this battle. But what has happened here? That looks like Charlie Eastwood is on the back of them now. Yes, he is. So Charlie Eastwood has pulled a gap, as you can see right there. And he's right on the back of Brian McManus as they climb up the hill. That is Evan Walsh, I think, who's just up ahead of them there. Or one of the other cars right there. So Keith is going to make his way through. But now Charlie Eastwood pouncing on Brian McManus. Moves to the inside line. Lap car gets out of the way. Charlie Eastwood moves up to 3rd place. Takes position away from Brian McManus. And a good move from him there. Now he's got to chase after Keith. But Peter Dempsey still in complete control up front. 2.3 seconds ahead.
Just 2 laps to go.
And only 2 laps to go. Now let's have a little look down here. We'll keep an eye on this Brian McManus battle for a moment. He's coming back at Charlie Eastwood right here. Plenty of cars out on track. This is all lapped cars that had that incident on lap 1. So Brian McManus to the outside. He's going to have the overspeed. He's going to be brave on the brakes, trying to hang it around the outside. Charlie's going to get the inside line, and Brian hangs it around the outside on the curb. That's a brilliant move from Brian McManus. If he can hold it together. Charlie's up the inside. Can he hold it? Charlie Eastwood holds on for now. Brave stuff from Brian McManus. Didn't quite work, but Niall Quinn is now back in it. As you can see, he is right on the back of these guys, but Brian is not letting go of the back of Charlie Eastwood as they come down the hill once again. Gives him a little squeeze. He's not going to be able to make a move through the carousel. It's extremely tricky to make a move through there, but now, as you can see, as I said, Niall Quinn latched on the back now. This is all helping. This is for a podium position, and all this is also going to help Peter Dempsey, who is 2 seconds, but they are catching him slowly but surely, but they are going to run out of time as they're going to run onto lap 6 of 7. 2 laps to go as we run through next time by. But it is going to be hard for Charlie to hold off. Brian McManus is coming at him once again on the outside line for the braking zone up here. Can he go? It's 3 abreast opposite Niall Quinn. Tries to get himself up the inside. Brian hangs around the outside on the curb. Does it once again. Brian McManus side by side with Charlie Eastwood as they run through, and he takes the position off Charlie Eastwood. Great move. Now, and here comes Niall Quinn on the outside of Eastwood, trying to get on the outside through the last corner. Brilliant battle so far. But once again, the slipstream is going to play a big part here. Niall Quinn in the slipstream of Charlie Eastwood as they run up the hill as we go to 2 laps to go. Lap 6 of 7. Brian's got a small gap now, but he's also going to have to try and fend off 2 cars right behind him. Niall Quinn getting the squeeze from Charlie Eastwood as they run towards turn number 1 for the 6th time of asking. Now Niall Quinn, can he come around the outside? No, he can't. He's going to have to wait for the back straight, but once again he's got a great exit from turn 1. Charlie defends the inside line and holds on just about for now. Great battling so far. Brian McManus has got a small gap. Keith has managed to get a small gap as well. So they are quite comfortable, and all this battling is helping them to stay where they are. And this battle is going to continue to rage on because here comes Niall Quinn on Charlie Eastwood. Can he get the inside line? He tries to switch, but Charlie Eastwood defends it very, very well indeed. And all this as well is going to slowly help Jordan Kelly on trying to catch up to him. And Niall Quinn's up the inside. Great exit out of that corner. Late on the brakes up the inside. Niall Quinn takes 3rd place away from Charlie Eastwood. This is fantastic battle.
Looks It's incredible, and hats off to Brian McManus. He's in a field of incredible talent. So, security guard from Athlone is here, mixing with works Aston Martin drivers, guys who've been racing F3 for decades, and he is holding his own. Not only is he holding his own, he's really giving them a bit of a tutorial.
He is indeed, and just as we said that, Charlie Eastwood just took the position back off Niall Quinn, so he's back into third place, and they are continuing to wage wars. They're just in the back. We're going to have a similar battle. Conor Murphy, Pat Masterson and Nicky Meredith there in a battle of their own as well. Further down, we've got Damien Harris involved in the battle with James Holman, and I think, has Niall Quinn retaken the position? Yes, he has. He's trying to come back around the outside. Eastwood holds the inside line, but now Niall Quinn's got the cutback, so can he get it around the outside of this fast sweeping left? He's not going to be able to do that. He's going to have to wait, but there is only one more lap to go in this first heat race. So we have another heat to go, of course, so this is going to be brilliant, this last battle. See who comes out on top. Peter Dempsey is 1.8 ahead of Keith Dempsey. Keith is catching him, but not enough in this late stage. Here comes Niall Quinn again on the outside line towards turn 1. The white flag is waving. Niall Quinn, he's got the overspeed. I think, is he ahead of Charlie Eastwood as they come towards turn 1? Charlie's going to have the inside line, go late on the brakes. Niall tries to hang around the outside, not quite going to work right there. So down the hill they come for the 7th time again. Charlie's got a small gap, but they've got a lapped car right behind them as well. So hopefully that lapped car does not get himself involved in this, because it's a very, very heated battle. But again, here comes with the slipstream. Here comes Niall Quinn. So things a little bit too far away for it to work this time. So Charlie's just built enough of a gap down the straight just to keep him behind for now. So down the hill they come. Is Niall going to try it? He thinks about it, shows himself in the mirrors, trying to put Charlie off. Doesn't quite work though, and a bit wide from Eastwood there through the bottom of the hill. Over the hill they come once again.
Pat Masterson just got past Conor Murphy there for 7th place. These guys are having a great race all race long.
Look at these, yeah. This is brilliant. So Pat Masterson is sort of the cork in the bottle, because he's got Nicky Meredith and Conor Murphy on. Conor Murphy has got that'll be Nicky Meredith all over him as they run down the hill. This is the last lap, by the way. So here comes Nicky Meredith, the inside of Conor Murphy. Can't quite make it work right there. So not quite, but let's.
Oh, and Pat's.
Oh, he's off the road into the wall, and that is a broken car. That is Conor Murphy in the wall. Conor Murphy just bins it in the carousel, and that's unfortunate for him. Right on the last lap as well. Just to keep you updated, so we're coming to the round to the last corner now, and Charlie, I think, is just going to hold on for that. But Peter Dempsey, he's led every single lap of this race from pole position, no problems whatsoever, and comes through the last corner to negotiates it safely. Comes over the hill, and Peter Dempsey is going to win Heat Race 1 with a dominant display ahead of Keith Dempsey, who is going to finish in 2nd place. Brian McManus is going to hold on for 3rd place. Great drive, Brian McManus. Charlie Eastwood will finish in 4th ahead of Niall Quinn. Jordan Kelly not far behind in 6th. Nicky Meredith, he'll come through to take 7th place. And this battle is going to go to the line between Pat Masterson and Davey Yamamoto. Look how close it's going to be across the line. Who's going to get it? That's going to be close, and Pat Masterson just holds on ahead of Davey Yamamoto. Marty Moore just pipped Colin Bays right there. Adam Dowling comes across the line. He will take 12th place. Kyle Stevens 13th, and then we have Chris Bays, James Holman, Shane Rabbit in 16th, and we're going to wait for Johnny Adam, who is lapping around still after his incident earlier on, so he's going to finish 17th. Olivier Van Herk 18th with Simon Wall not far behind him. Braden Eanes, and then we have Mark Carey, Joseph Odafaro just came across the line there, James Wingfield, Damien McMullen, Peter McCann, who's come across the line there, Michael McCarthy, Joe Machen, then Rob O'Neill and Rob Barrable. I think we just had a car bin it on the last lap there, not quite sure who that was, but they are unfortunately off.
So from Rob Barrable, that's his first sim race with us, I believe. Just joined the league, so great to see him.
Yeah, so he's just going to finish ahead of Dave Freeman, who just, actually that was the car I saw on the gravel, Dave Freeman. And then we have Albert Reid, who just came across the line right there. So that's Heat Race 1 over and done with. So a little bit messy with the amount of cars that ended up off at the first corner, but some of it just can't be helped. And Peter Dempsey, first blood, ahead of Keith Dempsey, ahead of Brian McManus, ahead of Charlie Eastwood, ahead of Niall Quinn. So the VRA regulars actually VRA regular all top 10. So really sticking it to the new guys, and we're now going to head to the next 7-lap race, which should be heat race 2, where we're going to have a 3-minute warm-up before I think we're actually going to advance to the final, because I don't think we're going to have quite the 2 heat races, but we'll wait and see. It's either going to be a 7-lap race or a 15-lap race of that action once again. So we shall see. But the warm-up, so as you can see, the conditions have changed slightly.
A bit more overcast now. So I think, given the number of cars on the grid, it was pretty much inevitable there was going to be some incidents on the first lap. It was just a shame that some of the guys that we were expecting to be right up at the sharp end got caught up in that. But they all managed to get going again, or most of them did, and wound their way back through the field. So I wonder, are we going to see a little bit more of a reserved start to this one, or is it going to be guns out and go from the wood from the outset? Probably the latter. Probably the latter,
yeah. So I'm not quite sure, but I think there could be a reverse grid for this second heat, with the top 10 being reversed. I'll wait until Brian McManus bins it in the wall. Right
just got a wheel just onto the grass there.
Yeah, now that'll be cold tyres and a cold track as well, because of course iRacing, with the new tyre model, it is very, very unforgiving with tyre temperatures. You've got to get those tyres up to temperature, and it's especially hard when the track temperature is low as well, which it will be in these overcast conditions. So they've got to work extra hard to get some temperature in the tyres, because when the tyres are cold, they have absolutely no grip at all, especially these F3 tyres. And just demonstrating it right there was another car sliding off the road into the wall over on the outside. Very easy to do that on the curb right there. So
you can see drivers weaving around trying to get some heat in the tyres, just like the real thing. So if you're new to online racing and this is the first race that you've seen with us, Jack, just tell us a little bit about, you've kind of alluded to a lot of it there, but tell us about some of the things that the drivers have to be aware of, that go on, that they have to, warm tyres, warm brakes and so on. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so this is as close as real life as you'll get within sim racing. They've got to work on tyre, they've got to think about tyre strategy, they've got to think about fuel loads for qualifying and for the race. They've got to worry about setups as well. With the F3 car, you've got the wings and the camber and everything involved in that.
So there's a certain amount of setup that we allow the drivers to play with. Some of it's fixed. For this, as you said, there's wings, there's certain amounts of suspension, tyre pressures they can change, but perhaps not quite as much as in the real thing. We've kind of toned it down a little bit just to keep things a little bit more even.
Yeah, so of course the fixed setup as well makes it a little bit more fair, so nobody has an advantage in certain aspects of the setup which could be potentially exploited. But as you can see, we're just on board with Brian McManus here. You get an idea, it's quite bumpy, this circuit. As you can see, it's got a lot of ups and downs, and the curbs are not, you can use certain ones but not all of them, because as well with iRacing you've got the off-track system, which if you hit, so an off-track for example would be running off onto the grass, you get a 1x and you get a 4x for any sort of car contact and a 2x for spinning the car.
You're allowed a maximum of 17, is that correct?
Maximum of 17 before you are disqualified.
Yeah, so 4 wheels off the track would count as either a 2 or a 4x or whatever it may be. Yeah. So if you do that a load of times, you're out.
Yeah, so we are actually heading into the feature race straight away. So
this is the final?
This is the final, yeah. So it is the result from the previous heat that we're going to have. So Peter Dempsey and Keith, so the two Dempseys on pole position, with Brian McManus, Charlie Eastwood, Niall Quinn, Jordan Kelly, Nicky Meredith, Pat Masterson, Dave Yamamoto, Marty Moore, Adam Dowling, Kyle Stevens, and I'm going to answer the question before you all ask. Alex Albon is 27th on the grid for this one. So he obviously didn't have a great race that time.
Johnny Adam up in 17th, and where is
we're looking for
Eastwood is in fourth. Good race. So just a few seconds to go before lights out.
Yep, we've got a minute before the timer ticks down. So VRA regulars all in the top 10. Plenty of stuff, and it is going to be one hell of a feature race. This is going to be 15 laps. And we are actually going to go. So here we go for the feature race. We are away from the line. Keith Dempsey gets an amazing start once again. Surges through to the lead immediately. Brian McManus trying to look for the inside. Gets squeezed to the pit wall from Peter Dempsey as they head towards turn 1. 42 F3 cars straight towards turn 1. It's Keith Dempsey for Peter Dempsey. Charlie Eastwood round the outside of Brian McManus through turn 1. Niall Quinn's going to look for that inside line as well as they run down the hill. 14 laps of Road America await us right here. So up the inside goes Niall Quinn. That is on Charlie Eastwood as they run down the the hill for the first time on board with Charlie Eastwood. He is under a bit of pressure from Niall Quinn, who's right behind him. Nicky Meredith with a great getaway as well as they surge down towards turn number 3 for the first time of asking. It's going to be Niall Quinn on the outside line, but he's got a couple of cars on his inside line he's got to worry about as well. So Niall Quinn under pressure. Nicky Meredith takes that position away from Niall Quinn, and Jordan Kelly as well. There's a couple of cars off the road that have run wide through that corner, but it looks like it was a little bit of a neater start from everybody that time as they run through this section of corners now. Charlie Eastwood in a good position there. He dropped a few spots right here. Albon is up 7 positions already on board with Alex Albon. Is he up the inside of Olivier Van Herk immediately? Oh, there's contact. Olivier goes straight in the air, somehow keeps his car going as they run down the hill, and a couple of battles going on in the background.
I think that was Masterson in the air. I think Albon's okay. He's up to 19th, so 8 places from where he started.
Yeah, so keep an eye on Alex Albon as he makes his way through the field. He's of course had a bad race last time, so he'll be vying for a good result right here. So we're on board with Charlie Eastwood through the fast right-hander as they run down towards the end of this section right here. Now we're on board with Alex Albon on the back of Johnny Adam. This is going to be an interesting one. GT racer versus F1 racer. Alex Albon straight on the grass down towards the end of this back straight. Alex Albon around the outside of Johnny Adam. Johnny Adam up the inside. Alex Albon takes 19th position away from Johnny Adam, so he is surging through this field straight away. So Johnny Adam had a not great start from him right there. Looks like he got a bit of damage on the front. He's turning that wheel quite a lot. Spinner, who's that? Chris Bayes, and another car off the road right there. And that looks like Adam Dowling in the wall. That's unfortunate for him. We're on board with Peter Dempsey, who's had an absolutely terrible getaway. He's got Brian McManus on the back of him as well, as you can see. So he bogged down off the line, but Brian McManus now vying for second place on the outside of towards turn 1. And that is Niall Quinn on the inside of Nicky Meredith. And there's a spin up ahead. That is Nicky Meredith off the road in the gravel at turn 1. Just locked up the brakes. I don't think there was contact right there. So that's unfortunate for him. But Charlie Eastwood is now 4th place. Brian McManus is right on the back of Peter Dempsey, and that is Alex Albon taking 11th place.
So 16 places, Jack. Only Rob O'Neill on Joe Monterio is 24 places, so forever forward.
That battle's not over though, because Shane Rabbit's coming back at Alex Albon, so this is going to be brilliant. Shane Rabbit on the outside of Alex Albon. Who would have thought that would be Shane Rabbit? Can he outbrake Alex Albon around the outside? Alex Albon's up the inside, but he's just going to run out of room, and now he's got to fight with Johnny Adam, who's right behind him as well. Up the inside, Aston Martin factory driver up the inside. Can he take him? Shane's going to try and hang it around the outside, but can't. Johnny Adam goes through. Brilliant stuff, but absolutely brilliant drive from Alex Albon. He's up to 11th place, 16th place. Oh, that's a spinner. That is Mark Carey around at the bottom of the hill, which is a very easy place to drop it on the brakes. Now we're looking at Keane Carey, who's right up behind that. That's another spinner in front. That's Barry Rabbit in the gravel.
Oh, Barry.
Leinster Trophy winner, of course, racing with us as well. Great to have him with us. And now we're back up to the battle for the top positions. We have got Jordan Kelly, who has just overtaken Niall Quinn, actually. So Jordan Kelly's just got him.
Front.
But up from Peter Dempsey is chasing Keith, and this is Brian McManus fighting with him as he tries to hang it around the outside there and trying to get in the slipstream. But this is going to be a brilliant battle up here. And now this is Johnny Allen with contact with Shane Rabbit, and that is unfortunate for Shane. I think there was just a little bit of contact right there, sent him off into the gravel. Looks like he kept it out of the wall though, so good job from Shane. Just about kept it out of the wall, and he's got a little bit of suspension damage definitely on the rear. Right there, this is Kyle Stevens, and we've got a spinner ahead. This is Ronan Haydeman versus Peter McCann in the F3. In the F3
classic.
We always love to see McCann battling with Ronan. This is always brilliant stuff from here. Team Netcode, of course, we'd love to see the team name right there. So Peter McCann, that's Barry Rabbit into the pit lane ahead of them as well. So this is going to be a good battle. Now we're looking at Niall Quinn, Jordan Kelly, and David Yamamoto's in that battle as well.
Albon
Colin Bates
into the top 10 here,
and
behind
Albon.
James Holman.
Yeah, he's into 10th already. This is that is James Holman driving him onto the grass. He's not letting him pass. So Alex Albon looking for the inside. James says absolutely not. You're not coming through here. So Alex Albon looking for the outside. He's got a car behind. That's Kyle Stevens. Here comes Alex Albon on the outside down the hill. Alex trying to look for the outside line. James holds the middle of the road. Alex drives around the outside on the curb. Brilliant driving. James Holman will have the inside line for the top of the hill. Or can Alex Albon hang around the outside? Yes, he can. And Alex Albon up to 9th place, 18 positions up from where he started. This is brilliant.
And it's a good bit down the road to Colin Bayes, 2.17 seconds. So I wonder how quickly he's going to make up that time. Already that's down to 2 seconds on our time screen. So he's knocking chunks out of that time immediately.
Yep, so this is Keith Dempsey out in front in the feature race. Peter Dempsey in second place, and then we got this battle behind Brian McManus has moved into third place. He's fighting with Peter Dempsey. Now here comes Charlie Eastwood, who's right on the back of him. Now they had a great battle last time. Let's see if they can replicate it right here. Up the inside, Charlie Eastwood takes third place away from Brian McManus and now can go chasing after Peter Dempsey. Niall Quinn's dropped about 2.2 back off of these guys. And this battle right here, this is Peter McCann. And I think that's Tony Stack on the outside. And he goes through.
Hugely consistent stuff from Jordan Kelly there in 6th place. Formula V racer, of course. He did really well in the first race, in the 4th or 5th he finished.
Yeah, great drive.
Up in 6th place this time. Yamamoto behind him in 7th. Just bought himself a legend, so he's going to be out this year. We'll be cheering him on here at Mondello Park.
And this is Brian McManus coming back at Charlie Eastwood. He's got the overspeed towards turn 1. Charlie's going to try and outbrake him on the inside line, and he should get the shallower line through. Very, very close indeed, but he does hold on to that third place, but Brian is not going to let that one slide. This is great stuff from the two of them. We're on lap 4 of 14, so not far at all.
The gap to Colin Bays between himself and Albon is down to 0.96 of a second now.
Yeah, so Albon is absolutely flying in behind him. Brian McManus now on the outside. Has he got the overspeed on Charlie Eastwood? He's going to try and shut the door. He's just about ahead, but Charlie late on the brakes up the inside, gets it stopped. Brian McManus is going to try and hang around the outside, but can't quite do it. So Charlie Eastwood still holds on to third, but is Brian up the inside? Not quite, but James Holman sticking on the back of Alex Albon right here. This is the best way to learn. You got to follow the pros right here. So James Holman sticking right on the back of Alex Albon, or trying to anyway, and Colin Bays losing a little bit of time to Alex Albon, but good stuff from him. And that is Peter McCann just making his way past Damien McMullen.
So with a little bit of man maths here, Jack, I think that Albon is overall roughly 10 seconds back from Dempsey and Pole. So with 10 laps left to go, is there a chance he could get onto the bottom step of the podium? There's a reasonable possibility.
It's definitely a possibility if he keeps up the pace, of course. So he is absolutely flying out front, and Johnny Adams not far off the back of them either. Johnny Adams is in a battle with Kyle Stevens right behind him. Just about to see it in the background. Just going to see if Johnny makes the move up the inside. He's going to try, and he's up the inside, and he takes that position away from Kyle Stevens. Straight up the inside. How's Barry Rabbit getting on? So he is fighting with Shane. So Shane Rabbit versus Barry Rabbit. This is a battle we love to see. Trying to look up the inside. Jordan livery, and I think he's got his actual his Formula Renault livery on that car as well. Not quite actually, but a similar colour scheme to what he has in real life. And so there's going to be an interesting battle between the two. That is a very broken car right there. And this is Kyle Stevens versus Johnny Adam. Johnny Adam really trying to defend that inside line. A little bit of a weaving going on, but he holds on to that centre of the road right there. And he's going to have to hold behind right there. It's very tricky to make a move through turn 1 unless you're alongside as you come through. And this battle still rages on. This is Peter McCann and Jean Montero. This is for 15th, I think, and that is going to be Peter McCann straight through up the inside, we would imagine, on the brakes, coming towards turn 1. Let's see if Jean Montero hangs around the outside. Not quite. Peter McCann up to 15th place. He's up 17 from where he started. Got to talk about Jean Montero. He's up 28 from where he started. He started at the back of the grid, so he's got a good job right there to get himself right up there. But this battle continues. Niall Quinn with Jordan Kelly right on the back of him. Brian McManus now has built a small 1.1 second lead. Going to keep you updated with that. Alex Albon has passed Colin Bays for ages. I think that was Colin Bays going off the road right there. So Alex Albon is through to 8th position already. He is absolutely flying. This is a demonstration drive right here. It's great to have him with us, of course. Back up front, Peter Dempsey catching Keith up front. He's brought that gap down to about 1.5. Charlie Eastwood is about a second off behind. You can just see him there. Brian McManus, Niall Quinn, Jordan Kelly, David Yamamoto sticking right in there, but Alex Albon is there. There he is, right on the back of this battle. He's 2.6 off the back of David Yamamoto. If he keeps up this pace, he will catch the lead battle, and that is a battle I really want to see to go on. Ronan Haderman on the back of Jean Montero. This is for 16th place, and 2 regulars, of course. So Roland's trying to keep tabs with Peter McCann, but Peter's lapping. He's not lapping too badly actually. He's catching Keane Carey, who is a little further up the road, as you can see there. And just keep an eye. We're looking for any non-finishers. Can't quite see a couple of guys running down the back right here. We're going to go to Ronan Haderman, who's just gone around the outside of Jean Montero, and a brilliant move right there. Nice job from Ronan. Hangs it around the outside and keeps it together. But back to this once again. We're going to have Brian McManus versus Niall Quinn versus Jordan Kelly. David Yamamoto is 1.7 back off this battle. Plenty of cars out in front, as you can see. So lap traffic is now going to start playing a factor, as now Peter Dempsey is starting to just chip away slightly at that gap up front. Keep you updated, of course, on Alex Albon, who is running around in 8th place, 2.4 seconds off of the back. But fair play, James Holman is sticking with him. He's 0.8 of a second off the back of him. And now we're just going to see how, of course, Alex drives these cars. He would have drove these cars in his junior career, so he's very used to these cars, and we're used to stuff that's a little bit faster, but not too, just a little bit faster. But Brian McManus is under severe pressure from Niall Quinn now, so now we're on board with Brian as he runs through the carousel, which is this long right-hander, which is extremely tricky to get right in these cars. They do have surprisingly a lot of downforce, but you still got to get the line right. There is one line through that corner, and if you come off that line, you are into the grass.
The slipstream effect of these cars is really noticeable, Jack. Huge overspeed when you put a train of cars in the slipstream.
Yeah, of course, now here comes, that'll be Niall Quinn. He's got the inside line for the next corner now. So he's on the inside of Brian McManus, trying to take away 4th place, goes late on the brakes and takes that 4th place away from Brian McManus. And now can go try and chase after Charlie Eastwood. Of course, they had a brilliant battle in the heat race. And now Jordan Kelly trying to get himself involved in this as well. So good job from these guys so far. We're on lap 6 of 14. So we are about to head on to the halfway mark in this race. And Brian McManus is in the slipstream of Niall Quinn. You can just see how the slipstream affects. He's going to go to the outside line for turn 1. Going to try and come back at Niall Quinn. Jordan Kelly's in there as well. Can he have the overspeed, try to go around the outside through turn 1? He's going to try and hang around the outside. He's done this before on Niall Quinn, trying to hang around the outside. He is a little car length ahead as they come towards turn number 2. Just not going to get run out of room there. They're still side by side to run down the hill. Now Jordan Kelly is firmly in that slipstream, but he's going to run out of space. It's just too narrow to go 3 abreast here. But Niall Quinn looking for the space. Jordan Kelly looking for the space. Can Jordan Kelly mount a move here? Niall Quinn's looking for space as they run down the hill. Going to look for the inside line down the hill. Jordan Kelly hanging back a little bit, doesn't want to get himself involved right here. Niall Quinn back up the inside of Brian McManus, holds on for now. And this battle is raging on because this is allowing David Yamamoto to close in on the back of them. As you see, he's only half a second off of them now. He's right there, as you can see, and Alex Albon is just out of shot right there. He is just there, but he's just not quite on that pace at the moment. Looks like he might be carrying a bit of damage, but David Yamamoto now firmly in this battle, and this is a group of VRA regulars who know each other very, very well, and it's going to be great to see how they battle each other in these F3 cars. Of course, they're all used to GT cars from the previous season, so it's great to see them in a new category of car. But this is raging on. Brian McManus is coming back at Niall Quinn once again. They're side by side again, and David Yamamoto is now coming at Jordan Kelly as they come down towards the next braking zone for the right-hander. Can Brian McManus take it away from him? Yes, he can. Jordan Kelly was super late on the brakes behind. Now we've got a massive train of cars as we have 4 cars fighting for 4th place in this race. Now these guys have built a gap over the cars behind, and 3 seconds up the road is Charlie Eastwood. He's in a world of his own at the moment, who is he's in the middle of nowhere really. And now with a massive slipstream effect, Brian McManus is going to be a sitting duck right here. He is the only one without a slipstream. Niall Quinn's already alongside him as they run towards turn 1. He's on the inside line, should have the overspeed to just nip ahead of Brian McManus. And Jordan Kelly, can he mount a move as well? And in the background, that is Alex Albon just closing in on the back as well. So Niall Quinn retakes 4th place, and they carry on for now. And there, as I said, is Alex Albon chasing after this leading group. He's in the top 10. He's already had a fantastic drive already, but he will really want to just get on that. Get even in the top 5 would be a brilliant result for him in his first outing in Digital-Motorsports F3 Championship. So, just in the background, this was a replay of Peter McCann just losing it at the last corner and breaking the suspension, which is a little unfortunate for him. But now we are carrying on to this battle: Niall Quinn versus Brian McManus versus Jordan Kelly, and we're going to just carry on with this battle, see who's going to come out on top. And it's going to be Niall Quinn with just a small gap ahead of these guys. And glad we got to test out the replay function. It works properly. That's great. And of course, the first replay had to be Peter McCann crashing, which could not miss that in the slightest. Now Niall Quinn's got a small gap. Brian McManus is just falling away behind. He's under pressure from Jordan Kelly. He's under pressure from David Yamamoto. And Alex Albon is 1.7 seconds off the back of them. So there is not long left for these guys to sort itself out. They're on lap 8 of 14. And this battle is raging on. Here comes Jordan Kelly on Brian McManus. He's going to take this position off of him, I think, for 5th place in this race. Jordan Kelly late on the brakes, around the outside he goes. Great move. Now, can he hold on to it? Brian McManus is going to come straight back at him as they come down towards the last breakings over the last corner. He's right in on his tail. Going to try and look around the outside. It's going to be tricky to make it work around the outside there. And David Yamamoto is just hanging back, waiting for it to sort itself out. Now Jordan Kelly immediately defensive. Brian McManus has got the slipstream. As you can see, up the hill they come. David Yamamoto, there is Alex Albon right behind them as well. So this is going to get really interesting. These guys fight it out with an F1 driver, which is brilliant, as we always see. So now Brian McManus has got the outside line on Jordan Kelly for turn 1. Can he hang around the outside? Not quite. Just going to run out of room. Couldn't quite do what he did before. And David Yamamoto right on the back of this train right now. Niall Quinn's built a 1.5 second gap. Up front, it's 2 Dempseys, 1.2 seconds between them. But it is Keith Dempsey who leads from Peter Dempsey, from Charlie Eastwood, who's closing in actually on these guys up front. And Brian McManus now is starting to come back at Jordan Kelly.
I think McManus has to be my driver of the race, Jack. He's making an absolute nuisance of himself up there and doing a fantastic job.
Oh, Jordan Kelly's lost it as soon as you said that. They've just made contact around. Alex Albon avoids it. Alex Albon goes through to 4th place. That's a brilliant drive from Alex Albon. Avoids all the drama and straight through he goes to 5th place. Alex Albon from that'll be. Let's have a look at that again. They just make contact and David Yamamoto gets caught up, and Alex Albon had to slam on the brakes to get through that one. Just unfortunate for him. David Yamamoto looks like he's avoided severe damage, but that's put James Holman to 6th and Johnny Adams inside the top 10 again. Just looking back, that is really unfortunate for those guys. They were having a great race.
Such a shame. I was just about to say somebody needs to get McManus into a real car because that guy has got such talent. So that's really, really unfortunate. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, just Jordan Kelly, he's just lost it on the curb and just had to just caught up with Brian McManus right there. Just a little unfortunate, but now that puts Alex Albon into 5th position and he's only 1.4 seconds back off Niall Quinn. Now here comes another battle. Nicky Meredith versus Kyle Stevens. He's looking for a move up the inside. Is that up the inside he goes, and he's straight through is Kyle Stevens, and he goes through to what will be 10th place, and he goes through. That'll be Nicky Meredith on Kyle Stevens. So now I think we're going to have a battle between Johnny Adam and James Holman up here. They're quite close together on track. Yes, we are. So Johnny Adam under pressure from Colin Bays. That'll be Colin Bays. He's fighting with him just behind, and straight through trying to come around the outside. It is Colin Bays. Not quite able to do it. Just in the background we have Kyle Stevens still fighting with Nicky Meredith, trying to come back at him. Not quite able to do it though, and they carry on for now. But things have settled down after that unfortunate contact between Brian McManus and Jordan Kelly. Nothing intentional as far as we could see there, so just a little bit of a shame that it just had to end like it did. But this is Keith Dempsey still firmly in control up front, as you can see, and he's just got a lap car here, just negotiates that very easily indeed, and straight through. Peter Dempsey is 1.2 seconds behind. Was that Colin Bays going around the outside of Johnny Adam? Yes, it was. Johnny Adam back up the inside, trying to come back up the inside, but a good move from Colin Bays to go straight through to, that'll be 7th place in this race. So good job from him, and those guys are a little bit far back. So
I'm just looking here, I think Peter Dempsey is starting to get onto the back wing of brother Keith Dempsey, is he?
Actually, it's the opposite. Charlie Eastwood is latching onto the back of him, as you can see. So Charlie Eastwood is starting to reel in Peter Dempsey for 2nd place. And it's going to be an interesting battle between these two.
That's what it is. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. So
Johnny Adams, great driver. Welcome to VRA. Johnny Adams, you're really going well.
Yeah, fighting with Colin Bays, one of our regulars as well. So this is what we always want to see. Johnny Adam looking for the move on the brakes, but Colin just goes later on the brakes. But he has to get the cutback line. So Johnny Adam has the outside line, but the inside line for the final corner. Can he hang around the outside? They give each other racing room. And Johnny Adam, can he go through on the inside through the last corner? I think he might be able to. Well, not quite. Colin Bays tries to hang around the outside, still side by side between these two as they run up the hill onto lap 11. And they're still neck and neck as they run through. This is Shane Rabbit and Jordan Kelly trying to recover. So Jordan Kelly goes through and takes that position. Colin Bays still side by side, running towards turn 1 between himself and Johnny Adam. Round the outside, can he make it work? Yes, he can. Goes later on the brakes, straight round the outside. Good move from him. And they carry on as normal onto lap 11 of 14. And they carry on now. Peter Dempsey, he is still under a little bit of pressure from Charlie Eastwood, but I think Charlie's just dropped back a little bit, so they're matching each other for pace. The pace is very, very similar, lapping within about 0.2 of a second of each other. And Keith Dempsey is 1.2 as it was for the past age, and Johnny Adam has just retaken that position away from Colin Bays, and they're just swapping places back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, as you can see. And Alex Albon not quite catching Niall Quinn. He's still in 5th position, secure in 5th position. And Johnny Adam, this is a great fight between Colin Bays and Johnny Adam. This is Aston Martin factory driver versus Colin Bays, one of our regulars here in our league. So Johnny Adam trying to hang around the outside, not quite. Nicky Meredith's right in there too. So he's gonna, oh, that's off the road for Colin Bays. He runs off the road, and then Nicky Meredith goes through, and Kyle Stevens, he goes through as well, not quite. But that's unfortunate. Just runs a bit wide through that corner, just lost a bit there. That is a car without a front wing. Not quite sure who that is. That looks like Simon Wall, who's missing the front of his car. Peter McCann lapping around there in 19th position. Going to take that 18th position away from Simon Wall. He's got the front missing off his car, which is always not great. And no downforce at all for him. So now Johnny Adam under pressure from another regular, Nicky Meredith, who swaps to the inside, puts one over on Johnny Adam. Great move from Nicky Meredith, straight through on Johnny Adam right there. So this is great stuff. We love to see this. The pros fighting with the VRA regulars. Brilliant stuff so far, and he hangs on.
Everyone is enjoying that.
So Nicky Meredith,
Conor Murphy here
on Damien McMullen. This is going to be fighting Damien McMullen. Always look great to see Damien racing with us once again. Tony Stack in there on the back. He's missing his rear wing. That's not great from Tony Stack. He's missing the total rear of his car out there.
Johnny Adams coming back.
Yes, he is, around the outside. So this is a great fight. This has been going on for lap after lap after lap. Johnny Adams going to hang around the outside, and Nicky Meredith through turn 1. Not quite going to work right there. Nicky's going to hold on to that one just for now. And they carry on for now. And Alex Albon has just got a little bit of a off track right there. Just runs wide, just off that grass. Lucky not to spin it right there, but carries on. And he is, how far? 2.3. So he's not catching our Niall Quinn up ahead. He's secured for position. Great drive from Alex Albon, nonetheless.
Who's leading our Forever Forward award in this race, Jack? Looks like
Alex Albon. And actually Ronan Haderman, isn't it?
No, actually Joe Montero, 31 places
31
made.
places made
That's
from João Montero. So he's up from the back of the grid, and now here comes Johnny Adam again on Nicky Meredith up the inside. Can he make it work? Nicky holds it around the outside. That's brave stuff from Nicky Meredith around the outside of Johnny Adam, and he holds on for now. And Colin Bays is starting to come back at them now, as you can see. But this fight rages on. They're inseparable. This is the great thing about these F3 cars. They can stick in the rear wing for ages and ages and ages, and they will not lose any sort of downforce. It's brilliant stuff. And Colin Bays now latched onto the back once again. And it is getting very interesting. We're on lap 12 of 14. And this race is coming to an end, but there's just been non-stop action all the way through. And they come down towards this right-hander once again. And carrying on, Nicky Meredith. And now trying to hold off Johnny Adam, but he's at the moment not quite able to do so. Just holds the middle of the road. Johnny Adam trying to hang on the outside. That's going to leave him vulnerable to Colin Bays, who's right on the back of him as well. So this is great stuff. We love to see this kind of battling. Johnny Adam just right in the middle of this fight as well, getting himself right in it. And Colin Bays right there as well. And I think Evan Walsh is just watching behind. He's not far off. So here we go, on to lap 13 of 14. It seems there's 2 laps to go in this race. Johnny Adam coming back at Nicky Meredith. You can't even see Nicky Meredith, he's that close to him. Pulls out to the outside again. He's going to have to try and hang around the outside once again. He's tried this before, but it hasn't quite worked. Has he got the overspeed this time to keep himself ahead of Nicky Meredith? But again, not quite. Johnny Adam hangs around the outside this time. Can he make it work this time? Yes, he can. Hangs it around the outside and takes 8th position, 7th position away from Nicky Meredith. But again, the slipstream effect is going to come into effect right here, and he's right on the back. Nicky Meredith latched onto the back of Johnny Adam here, and down the back straight they come under the bridge. Can he make it work? Again, he's had the outside line. He's got the overspeed, got a lot of speed in that car. Almost a car at the head. Can he just nip ahead before the braking zone? Johnny Adam's going to go late on the brakes here and try and hang it in, but late on the brakes from Nicky Meredith. Turns the car in, locks it up on the inside wheel, and just about hangs on. That's Colin Bays around in the background. Keeps it out of the wall. But again, just that corner has been a problem corner for a lot of people. Just drops it on the power and loses it. Now, can I just say the battle front is getting interesting. Keith Dempsey is only a second ahead of Peter Dempsey, and Charlie Eastwood is 7/10 ahead. So this could come down to a last lap battle between these three if Peter Dempsey keep up the pace right here. This is going to be intriguing.
Looks like Albon's pretty much holding station where he is, 5 seconds down the road to Quinn ahead, so I don't think that's going to be making much of a change there. But yeah, the battle's right up at the front, 0.89 of a second between the two Dempseys.
This is what we want to see coming down to the last lap. Can Keith Dempsey hold on to take the win? He's led every single lap so far, but he's got Peter Dempsey right behind him, who is an absolute flyer, as we know. And Charlie Eastwood is again only 0.7 of a second off the back of him. So this is going to be intriguing to watch as we go on. The white flag is waved here in Road America for the opening round of the Digital-Motorsports F3 Championship. And we run towards turn 1 once again. But Charlie Eastwood, he is vying for that second place. It's where he started. So he wants to get himself back. Actually, he started in 4th position, but Peter Dempsey started on the pole, remember, but had a terrible getaway in this F3 car, which is quite difficult to get off the line with the correct revs. So I'm coming through the bottom of the hill then. 3 blue cars all in formation as we run through for this last lap down the back straight for the last time. No moves being made just yet, too far back from each other, but Peter Dempsey is just holding station for now.
Is Charlie driving under the turn 3 colours, or is he? Yeah, so 3 turn 3 cars in the top 3.
Yes, indeed. So now, but Charlie Eastwood, he is firmly on the back of Peter Dempsey. He's right on him as they run down here. So he has an opportunity later on in the lap to have a go down the back straight into the right-hander. If he can keep himself on the back, could he take second place away from Peter Dempsey and prevent that Dempsey 1-2? Through they come.
Just as we ride on board here, you can see the screen, the visor of the driver starting to get really mucky. That's the oil and the rubber thrown up from the cars in front as the race progresses. So just another element that's built into iRacing that adds to the realism.
Now here comes the crucial thing. Can Charlie Eastwood mount the move on Peter Dempsey? I think he's a little bit far back. We'll wait and see. He's not got quite the run that they have on the back straight, on the main straight. So it might have to settle for this one. If he can keep himself latched onto the back through the final corner, could come down to the line. But Keith Dempsey still firmly in that lead. Looking back from Peter Dempsey's car on the back. That is Charlie Eastwood. That is how close he is. That is a fantastic camera angle as they run through. Just get a sense of speed as they run through the final corner. It is Keith Dempsey coming through the last corner. Dempsey won the heat race, but it's the other Dempsey who's going to take this win as they run up the hill for the last time. Charlie Eastwood not quite got this one. Coming up the hill for the final time and crossing the line for the first Digital-Motorsports F3 Championship. Keith Dempsey is your winner here in Road America, ahead of Peter Dempsey and Charlie Eastwood, who holds on. Niall Quinn's going to take 4th position, and well done to Alex Albon, who comes from...
Alex.
That is a brilliant drive, from 28th on the grid to 5th. What a drive. Alex Albon, great to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. James Holman 6th, great drive from him. Nicky Meredith holds on to that 7th place. Johnny Adam
Johnny as well.
Johnny Adam in the fight of his life with Nicky Meredith and Colin Bays holds on for that. Colin Bays holds on for 9th place behind. Davey Amamoto is going to hold on for 10th place just after that incident earlier on involving Jordan Kelly and Brian McMahon. It's unfortunate for Brian as I'll get caught up in that. A little bit unfortunate. Ronan Hayden going to come across for 12th.
Just outside the top 10. Solid finish from Ronan there. Well done.
Yeah, great job. Yeah, Kyle Stevens as well. Top 10 finish for him. And Ronan Hayden's going to, just outside top 10. Jan Montero, 31 places made in this race. Great drive from Jan Montero for 13th. Conor Murphy 14th, and Tony Stack, Damien Harris, and this is going to be Chris Bays losing it on the final lap in that last corner. And he's managed to get it going again. And
shout out to McMullen there, Damien McMullen in 17th place.
That's a savage drive. He's right on the back of Damien Harris as they come across the line there. That is going to be very tight as they come towards the line. Can Damien hold on? Versus just holds off Peter McCann. Just keeps him off for 17th. Peter McCann, and then Sergio Grabham down in 19th. And Brian McMahon will come across in 20th.
Unfortunate for Brian, he would have been right in the mix though,
wasn't
he?
Yeah.
And Jordan Kelly as well.
They just Jordan Kelly, nothing intentional of course, just lost it on
as well, and for everyone else.
And what happened to Barry Rabbit? Where did he finish? We kind of dropped off after he was battling with Shane there, so must have had some issues and had to retire to the pits. So guys, that was a fantastic race. Incredible stuff for the first round of the Digital-Motorsports F3 Championship, supported of course by Dan Ryan Truck Rental. We're back next week for round 2, and we are heading to Spa, so that's going to be a fantastic race, fantastic venue. Same time, 8 o'clock. What else have we got to tell the people?
Not much other than what do we say about that race.
That was fantastic stuff.
Just join us next week, and apologies to those. We were looking at why Facebook didn't work for that one, but you know what, we're rock solid on YouTube now, so subscribe to YouTube, watch these races going forward.
Digital-Motorsports.com on YouTube, do search for that, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for when we're live, and do check out Digital-Motorsports.com, and of course Dan Ryan Truck Rental, and do join us next week, same time, same place, 8 o'clock, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and we will see you there.
Let's go back to Lauren's video in case everyone missed it. So, big shout out to Lawrence, he's so helpful today. Subscribe to his channel as well. We'll sign off with that and we'll see you at Spa again soon.
In Birmingham, we made it. Bumpy flight this morning, but taking in the madness of autosport. We've got absolutely loads of stuff going on here. Race cars everywhere, buggies. It's absolutely crazy. The level of just the stuff that's here. Look at the pedal sets, and this is only hall 3. I haven't even been to the other halls. It's just, yeah, it's absolute madness. Race cars everywhere, people sitting on cars. Hello. Gearboxes, it's just absolute madness. There's loads of sim presence here as well, which is really great to see. Lots of people from the real racing world who are very, very interested in what's going on as far as sim is related. If you guys have any comments or whatever, or want me to video any things in particular in a little while, just give a shout. There's a hell of a lot to see. I haven't even had a chance to walk around and really see everything. Can you guys hear me okay? 2783, I will do, Rob. I'll be over in a little bit. You're actually in the same hall, I guess. So here we are at the Virtual Race Academy Digital-Motorsports.com stand. As you can see, loads of people are queuing up to try and get their laps done and stuff. There's a competition going on over on the sim over here. And I think that's a pay-to-enter competition. It's really, really worth doing. And then we've got the Simagic sim set up over here. So you can see the Simagic unit just there. So they're all having a good go at that now. The cool thing about it is the Simagic unit was actually set up and verified by Charlie Eastwood. So I'm yet to meet him. I've seen lots of social media about him. Niall from VRA from Digital-Motorsports.com has told me a lot about him. So I'm interested to see what he likes about the Simagic, and lots of people are very, very impressed with it, especially at the price point. So the lads in Digital-Motorsports.com actually have a link on their site for the Simagic, so you can actually pre-order it right now, and it's £800 sterling or €925. That's all customs paid. And there's probably going to be a shipping fee depending on where you are. But if you pick it up from Digital-Motorsports.com in Kildare, in Mondello, that'll be the price. But shipping around Europe is only probably going to be about 20 quid or so. And then this rig over here, some people just standing here, but you probably see the JD130. You probably see James Dean post some social media. If you follow him on social media, that's actually his rig. Digital-Motorsports.com have presented him with that rig, and he actually has that exactly set up the exact way his Eurofighter BMW is set up. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to have a go on that later, and I'll probably do a feature video on that as well. Other than that, they're just cars absolutely everywhere. There's another esports area over here. There's an esports arena that I haven't seen yet. There are people's race cars. There's a little beanbag area over here where I might be found tomorrow morning after a night on the session. There are people queuing up here for this stand, more sim racing, massive sim racing influence here. So if you're in the area, do give a shout, do come over. I'll go over and find the number of the stand for the Digital-Motorsports.com is 3624. And it's the auto simulation stand. Come on over, have a go on the sim rigs for free, and yeah, try and set a lap as well. There's a leaderboard, a Top Gear style leaderboard. So lots and lots going on. It's on a massive scale. It's really worth. I'm just going to go for a walk. A load of you watching. Let's go and look at some of the cool stuff around the place. Like, look at these. Like, how cool is that? That's just deadly. There are race cars everywhere. Look at this electric bike. It's the future, lads. You're gonna have to embrace it. We've got trailers and stuff. We've got loads of racewear, really good racewear, safety devices, stuff like that going on. I'm going deep into trailer territory here. Loads of electronics and yeah, absolute Funk Motorsport are over here. Let's go have a quick look at Funk, see how they're doing. There's Dwayne McKeever, Kevin Quinn. How are the lads? How are you getting on? Hanging out near the cool stands. There we go, there's Niall.
How you doing, lads? Ready? Did you find a charger?
I'm just doing it, I'm live.
Digital Gas Monkey here.
Yeah.
We'll build your custom sim for
I heard if you want an autograph, he's doing autographs today.
One time only.
Alright, deadly. Let's go find James Dean. Look at this. How unreal is that? Wheels everywhere. This place is completely nuts. I'm just following Niall blindly here now. We've got a bit of vintage going on. And my battery's getting low. And here we go. There's the Eurofighter. That's the car that the sim is actually based on. So the exact positioning of the steering wheel, handbrake, all pedals, everything is exactly like in his real car. So he gets to practice like real life on a simulator. He's got VR, he's got the whole setup. So he's not here. He's otherwise engaged. We'll definitely catch up with him later. I'm going to charge my phone in a little while as well. There's loads of stuff going on. If any of you are in the area, please do give a shout. Give a comment if you're at a particular stand. Let me know where you are, or if there's particular stuff that you want to see, or even if you just want me to go. I'll probably go live again later once I find a phone charger. Loads of rally cars. I mean, we even got some trucks. See some trucks in the background. Complete madness. It's a little bit, it's a little bit nuts. So that's about it from me. I'm going to jump off now, and if there's anything particular you want to see, just give a shout. Chat to you later.